land area. But let me quickly, before going into, tell you the importance of Ogun State, really. Ogun State, I'm sure to almost those that have been to Nigeria will tell you that Ogun State is unique in so many forms. One, indeed, when they want to make jest of us, they will tell you that Ogun State is probably Nigeria, that you are the problem of Nigeria. They tell you like that, they enthuse. And you know why they say that? Because when you even look at those that have actually ruled Ogun State, governed Ogun State, have the privilege of ruling Ogun State, they are always, all of them, they are from, when we talk from the southwest, they are all from Ogun State, from Obasanjo, Shonekan, even Abiola that tried, that actually arguably won the election, all of them from Ogun State. So please look at that. Thank you. Thank you. So for that uniqueness, we are known for so many firsts. I will get there as we go along with the slides when we're talking about our icons for Ogun State. But like I said, we have a landmass of about 16.4 square kilometers with vegetation that supports, which is what I consider our strength, and that is agriculture, commerce, and industry. But let me again quickly go back to what I'm trying to say about some of our icons. Ogun State is the home of the Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka, the great artist Fela Anikulapo Kuti, yes. President Obasanjo, Abiola of blessed memory. But let me quickly again talk about the location of Ogun State. And one thing that defines Ogun State is our proximity and closeness to Lagos. Ogun State is the New Jersey of Nigeria, really. And we want to make Ogun State to be what New Jersey is to New York. That's what we want to make Ogun State to be to Lagos. From New York to get to New Jersey, you don't need to cross the bridge. But from Lagos to get to Ogun State, you don't need any bridge. You just walk over and you're there. So we want to take advantage of all of those. We are known as the Gateway State because of our international border. One, we are bordered by the Atlantic Ocean, that is with the Republic of Benin. And of course, we surrounded Lagos. Let me just put it at that. Anywhere you want to get to, you have to go through Ogun State to get to Lagos. And Ogun State, again, has the busiest road in Africa. The busiest highway is in Ogun State, and that tells you the importance of Ogun State. There's no way you want to get to. From Nigeria, if you want to get to Lagos, you must just pass through Ogun State. We have a very highly educated and resourceful enterprising people in Ogun State. Of course, like I said, our strength lies in agriculture, in commerce, industry, and of course, housing. In the area of agriculture, which is what I consider to be our strength. Indeed, let me even say this, and I will take the indulgence of my other brothers, governors that are seated here, to say that our strength actually lies in agriculture and probably not the oil. Yes, oil is there for us. It should have been icing on the cake for us in Nigeria. But somehow, because of oil, we more or less forgot everything about agriculture. But I thank God, everybody, all the states now, everybody is going back to the basics. Before the advent of oil, it was agriculture that redefined Nigeria, and our economy was actually better. Even for us in Ogun State, it was really, really very good. It was agriculture that our founding fathers then used to define everything. The first television station, the first radio station, the first stadium, all of those things was done by agriculture, including even free education. We have the Industrial Revolution then. It was agriculture that defined all of those. So in Ogun State, what are the things that differentiate us? Because of our closeness to Lagos, we have that asset there. We have that target audience there. Everything grows in Ogun State, more or less. I listened to my brother from Cross River State when he said, talk about limestone. Well, I was happy that, so everybody is gifted. In Ogun State, we have the largest deposit of limestone, the largest deposit of bitumen, even now, the large deposit of asphalt, when you look at it. We have 20 local governments in Ogun State. Out of the 20, 16 of it has large deposit of limestone. And that is no surprise today as we speak that we have about 5. Lafarge, our chief gets there, Dangote is there. Almost everybody wants to be there, at least to tap into that, our huge resources of limestone. It is not only that. Palm oil is there, cassava, rubber, all the cash and food crops. Now what we seek to achieve is to feed Lagos. And if you're able to feed Lagos, if you're able to not only feed in Lagos, we want to feed Lagos, which we know once we do that, we want to feed ourselves as well, that is Ogun State. We equally, when we are feeding Lagos, Oyo is next door neighbor there. If you're able to achieve that, we'll have been in a position to feed about 30 million people, which will be about 20% of the entire population of Nigeria. And if you're able to feed them, we want to not only feed them, we want to house them. Let me even tell you as we speak today, about 40%, between 35 and 40% of those that work in Lagos, they live in Ogun State. Yeah. So what does that tell us? We have plenty of these low-hanging fruits in Ogun State, just waiting for investors to come and plug. We want to feed them, we want to house them, we want to cluster them. And when we do all of those, we will be moving them. And that is the area of transportation. Let me quickly go into commerce now. Because of our closeness to Lagos, because Lagos defines all our economy in Nigeria, our financial center, our economic nerve center, because of our closeness and proximity to Lagos. So all we want to do is to take advantage of that proximity. You will discover that as we speak today, Lagos is more or less saturated. All the companies, where do they want to come to? Of course, they want to come to Ogun State because they have a ready-made market that is there for them in Lagos. So what are we trying to do? We want to take advantage of that. Not only just maybe asking them to come to Ogun State, we want to create the enabling environment, which is what we are presently doing. As we speak today, we have almost all of these multinationals. Of course, there's nowhere for them to have their industry. They want to come to Ogun State. We have, like I said, large deposits of limestone. We have tar sand, crude oil. Indeed, we have this crude oil in where we call Tongiji Island. But for me, and I'm sure for people in Ogun State, we believe that yes, that can be there. There's a lot of other things we want to do. We're known for agriculture. We are known for our industry, for our commerce. Why not go back to the basics and do that? So for investors that will be interested in coming to us, we want to open our door. We want to create that enabling environment for them to come and trade with us. We are going to create what we call A1. We've had my colleagues mentioning it. Those companies that are presently there with us in Ogun State are Shell is there because we have a gas hub that will service the entire Southwest in Ogun State. That will arguably assist all the investors. You know, power is key. When they want to come, they want to look at how are we going to power what we want to do. So Shell is there doing that for us. Unilever is there, Dangote, Nestle, Coca-Cola, GSK, Procter & Gamble, NBC, Halls, Lafarge, LG, a host of others. What we seek to do is to have at least, within the next 2, 3, 4 years, to have at least about 500 of these companies to come there. We will readily, I've said it, anybody that wants to come, we will make land available for them. It's like a one-stop. You just go into the internet at the press of a button. Apply, we know how much to pay, and we will encourage you. We will give you pioneer status. We will do everything to talk to the federal government to give you all of those. So to make your coming to Ogun State very, very worthwhile. Finally, before I sit down, let me quickly say this. My other brothers have said it. Yes, we may read about Nigeria, painting Nigeria in negative forms, but let me say this. Nigeria is changing for good. It is not like before. There's a lot of opportunities that is out there waiting for everybody to come and just partake in. We can't do it alone. We recognize that fact. We know we're not perfect, but gradually we are doing it, we are getting it right. And I'm sure with the support of investors, like the audience that we have here, I know that everybody that comes to Nigeria will have a good story to tell. Finally, again, in Ogun State, we are waiting for you. Our doors are wide open. Ogun State doesn't really, because we have the target audience there. We have the market there. It's just next door neighbor. So we're waiting for everybody to come, and we'll be more than willing to make your stay very favorable, very estimate for the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Governor.